It's time for Tough Talk Show.
Welcome to Tough Talk Show. I'm your host, Forrest Tough, and today's episode is on public speaking and public service. Our special guests are the District 14 Director of Toastmasters International and the Community Outreach Specialist for the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Georgia. When we return, we'll talk about their organization's impact on communication and community service right here on Tough Talk Show.
Tough Talk Show is brought to you by One Vision Productions.
LaGrange has changed so much from when I was young. I love this city. I love the people. This is where my family is. It is absolutely amazing, the growth that the city has seen. Things are amazing around here. I would have never thought growing up I would ever see this. Not here. Policing isn't about taking people to jail. I know people think it is, but it's not. There's no other place like it. I can't see myself being anywhere else.
Tired of being isolated and feeling shut off from the world? Are you ready to reconnect and communicate with people? Then try Toastmasters. With more than 350,000 members in 143 countries, you can virtually connect to others around the world with a simple click of a button. Meeting new people has never been easier. So do you want to start enjoying your new normal? Try a Toastmasters free online meeting and let the conversation begin.
And now, back to Tough Talk Show.
Welcome back to Tough Talk Show. I'm your host, Forrest Tough, and today I have with me Dr. Anwisha Banerjee, the District 14 Director of Toastmasters International. Anwisha, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Forrest. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. So look, let's get started. Tell us a little bit about Toastmasters International and what it has to offer.
The Toastmasters International is truly a worldwide global organization. The tagline of the organization is where leaders are made. So it's basically a communication and leadership organization where it helps shape leaders of next generation and help us become better speakers.
And that's a great tagline. As you see, I have on my Toastmasters button for our interview, and it says where leaders are made. So is Toastmasters for individuals or businesses as well?
Toastmasters for anyone and everyone. We all need communication skills and leadership skills in our present life, whether it's personal life, our relationships, professional life in schools, colleges, everywhere. So businesses get benefit by helping their personal development in their career, as well as personally, you can just become a better communicator in your life.
You're actually assistant scientist at Emory. So let's talk about how Toastmasters has helped you in your journey.
Well, yes, that's right. I'm an assistant scientist, and you probably think that scientists don't need communication. They just sit in their own room and doing their own set of experiments, but that is not true. I think scientists need good communication skills more than ever because we are in our world using our jargons and all those heavy words that nobody understands. So for us to communicate our science, it's important that we communicate it in a layman's term to everybody. And that was one reason why I wanted to be in Toastmasters, because I wanted everybody to know that science is fun and it's for everyone.
Now, you were able to actually show this when you spoke on something in your field at a TED Talk event. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
That is right. Being a neuroscientist and being a public speaker at the same time, I had this opportunity to talk about what's really going on in our brain when we go up in front of a crowd to talk. Stage fright is something that is always going to be there. And my idea was to tell everybody that just make it a habit. It's something that can become a habit and be in the background, and you can just focus on other more important part of your speech. It need not be something that we need to get over it, but something we just need to get used to it.
Right, just get used to it. And one of the ways to do that, of course, is to practice. Recently, we had COVID-19 hit, and that just kind of turned the entire speaking world around. How has Toastmasters adapted to the now virtual speaking as opposed to the, in person, which was so popular with the organization?
Everything we as Toastmasters, we know how to improvise, and that is a part of being that's a part of our growth too. So Toastmasters has really taken the whole thing via Zoom, through WebEx, through any other platform. In fact, it is now even more easy for anybody to participate in a Toastmasters meeting because they can just sit in their comfort of their home and become a better speaker and leader. So Toastmasters has gone completely virtual. Our educational program is completely online, which is Pathways. There are webinar series offered, which are going to get watched across the world. There are speech contests that's happening online, everything. The full package is available online. In fact, last month we had our first international convention, virtual convention online, which was a whole week affair.
Now, you mentioned the new online program, which is different for many people that might have been in Toastmasters in the past. You know, you received books that gave you, information on speeches. Now we have a new program called Pathways. Tell us a little bit about that program.
Well, Toastmaster, just as any organization, it's almost a 100-year-old organization, and they figured out that we also need to evolve with the new needs of the growing audience. So Pathways is the new education program, which is much more catered for individual needs. It's available online. If you want a written version of the projects that we have in the program, that's available too. But the goal is that everyone is joining the organization for a different purpose. Someone wants to maybe become better at their management skills. Someone may want to become a better coach or just a better speaker. So the new Pathways program offers actually 11 unique paths, and each path is focused on projects that caters to individual audiences. They are on mentorship, they're on coaching, they're on presentation skills. And that's why I feel that this program truly has something to offer to everybody, and it can truly become global.
Does Toastmasters have a leadership program also, or is it just speaking?
You can see me right here as an example on how Toastmaster can help develop leaders. I joined Toastmasters just to improve my presentation skills and communication skills. But eventually I realized you can become a better leader by taking up other roles in the organization, which starts at the club level, which is the basic. You become a club officer. But of course, if it interests you, if that's something you want to develop, you can go to the next level and the next level, and you can take district leadership role, which I'm currently doing. And it doesn't stop, the buck doesn't stop there. There are further growth that can happen if we want to. So it is not a separate leadership program, but the way the whole thing functions, you can develop your leadership skills by participating in all these different roles.
Now you're the district director. You have territory in all of Georgia. Tell us about that position and how you came about attaining this status.
I started as an area director, which was just a few clubs. There is division, club growth, program quality, and my current position is the highest ranking officer in District 14, where my role is more of the CEO of the district, but just for 1 year. And my role is to make sure that the district is growing and that the members are growing, that everything on a day-to-day is running properly. Right now, we have around 142 active clubs. Wow. With over 3,000 members across the state. Wow. But interestingly, because of the COVID and everything happening virtual, we actually have members joining in from other parts of the world too. My home club have members from South Africa, from Canada, as well as from Sri Lanka.
Wow. So this is definitely international.
Absolutely. We are there in over 148 countries.
Now, Toastmasters has other programs that they offer to help you become speakers. Could you tell us about that? For instance, I've heard of the Speakers Bureau and some of the contests that you have. Could you tell us a little more about those?
Right. As an organization where we want speakers or professional speakers to develop, you have the opportunity to become a professional speaker through something called Speakers Bureau or Accredited Speakers Program. What happens is, of course, those speakers are really good, they are professional, and they have to work through a number of projects. They have to really pass a number of tests, as we may say, to get to that club of elites. Okay. But once that happens, you are really considered as a truly professional speaker, and those speakers get invited to other organizations across the world to develop inspiring speeches, to become better coaches, to be anything, a lot of different opportunities are created through those programs. So it's truly phenomenal.
Tell us about those speech contests.
Speech contests are probably the favorite thing in Toastmasters organization, something that every member look up to. Speech contests happen once a year in Toastmasters, which is the international speech contest.
Okay.
Now, if you're talking about a global speech contest, then you don't need to look further, because in this one, competitors start from a club level, but as they win the club, they keep moving up the ladder and competes in the next level. So you move up to area, division, district, and then you will go up to region and international. So when I say international, the person who wins the international speech contest at that point of time has roughly beaten 23,000 contestants across the world.
Wow.
And then once you become the world champion of public speaking, that is a coveted title, because life changes. I had the opportunity to speak to some of the winners before, and they say that that is the start of a new career path for them. They get invited to countries across the world to deliver speeches. It's just out of the world experience. So it truly creates world-class speakers through this speech contest.
So I know the viewers that are watching this are fired up and they are ready to get involved with Toastmasters. How would they know where to go? How would they find out how to find a club in their area?
Right. It's very, very simple. You go to toastmastersinternational.org website, and then there is a button on top which says find a club. You click the club, put your zip code, and then it'll show you all the clubs near your zip code. And you can select a morning club, you can select an afternoon club, there are weekend club, weeknight clubs. There are so many different options, and you can even visit a few different clubs to see which is your best fit. Because although it's one organization, every club has their own sets of different culture, different way of doing things. So that's why you can see all this now virtually. You can easily visit so many different meetings and then select the best fit for you.
Dr. Banerjee, I want to tell you personally, I know Toastmasters has been a life changer for me. And I welcome you and I thank you for coming on the show today to just share this information with our viewers about Toastmasters International.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Forrest, so much for having me.
It's been my pleasure. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about public service with the Community Outreach Specialist for the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Georgia, right here on Tough Talk Show.
If you'd like to be a guest on Tough Talk Show or know of an interesting person or organization, send us a request to toughtalkshow@email.com. Humanity is resilient. We've embraced our new normal and become virtually connected. However, social distancing will eventually come to an end. Will you be ready? Toastmasters has developed programs to aid in your professional development, whether it's a career in public speaking, entertainment, entrepreneurship, or for your next job interview. The world is getting better, and so should you. Why wait? Try a free Toastmasters online meeting and join today. Be prepared for your next opportunity.
I was born here in 1987. My parents were the ones that left DeKalb and Clayton and started moving south to start their family here in Henry County. I went to elementary school here, middle and high school. Went to college here. Met my elementary school sweetheart here at Hampton Elementary.
Weave that right hand through. There you go.
I've been training jiu-jitsu for a little over 12 years now. I train at 6 a.m. in the morning. I run a 6 a.m. class. You got to maintain your physical. You got to maintain your mental. You got to maintain your spiritual, especially with the law enforcement career. Yeah, the 4 gang charges and the aggravated assault. I didn't get into policing because I wanted to drive fast and jump out and chase people. I looked at it as a chance to provide back to the community that raised me. Policing to me, especially in the gang unit, is first and foremost, you're a public servant. We got to remember that. We got to keep that at our forefront. We're here for the people of our community, victims and suspects.
Few can appreciate the rigors of working in law enforcement. These everyday heroes are also fathers and mothers, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, and our neighbors. They go to work every day with a passion to serve others and to protect us and our loved ones. Many serve in the communities in which they grew up because they love where they're from and see it as an honor and a duty to give back. I'm U.S. Attorney B.J. Pak, so please join me in thanking them for their dedication and service.
And now, back to Tough Talk Show.
Welcome back to Tough Talk Show. I'm your host, Forrest Tough, and as I promised you, we're here with Dr. Danielle Wiley, the Community Outreach Specialist from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Georgia. Today, we're going to discuss the Credible Messenger Initiative. Danielle, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the invitation.
Yes. So today you can see I'm dressed in my regalia with my U.S. Attorney's Office pin because I'm a volunteer, and I really love the initiatives you all have as you work out in Georgia. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved in this area of work?
Okay, so thank you again. I am the Community Outreach Specialist for the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Northern District of Georgia. And this position was especially created to connect our office staff to members in the community that we serve. And it's a very interesting and unique position for a U.S. Attorney's Office to have. So I'm the only social worker in an office full of legal support staff and attorneys, prosecutors specifically. Mm-hmm. So I developed a passion for reentry and preventing people from even going to prison. Pretty much through my experience growing up with my parents and my father being a formerly incarcerated person. He served 8 years in prison during 2 sentences when I was younger. And I watched some of the struggles that he had coming home and getting employment and getting reacclimated to society. And when I went to college, I graduated from Florida A&M University, and I studied psychology and then went into social work with a focus on the criminal justice system. After completing my master's degree, I went to Clark Atlanta University to get my PhD in social work policy planning and administration. And that focus for my dissertation was on ex-offender reintegration based on faith-based models. So I've always had an interest in what role I could play in addressing some of the issues with the criminal justice system and people returning home from the system.
Okay, so it makes sense that you're in this position. You actually steered yourself this way. So tell us a little bit about the Credible Messenger Initiative.
That's a new initiative that we have rolled out under the Project Safe Neighborhoods strategy. That's a department-wide, a Department of Justice-wide initiative to prevent and reduce gang and gun violence. And so in our district, we pretty much have been working with returning citizens or formerly incarcerated individuals since I started in 2012. And that's something that I introduced to the office because in my view, the individuals who are closest to the problem are usually closest to the solution. And that's the model that I try to operate under. I don't want to be in a place where I'm making all these decisions for other people when they have a voice and they can very well say what they need and don't need. And these individuals have been a tremendous asset to our program and to us trying to reach youth who are involved in, criminal activity. Mm-hmm. And so the Credible Messenger Initiative is actually based on this model. And one of our mottos is hurt people, but healed people, heal people. Mm-hmm. And so you have a lot of people in our society that are going around hurting people and committing a lot of heinous crimes, and they're hurt as well, many of them. Wow. And so if you can get these individuals healed, if you can help them on their journey to being healed, then they can turn around and heal other people. They need to be part of helping mend these wounds in many communities that they themselves have had an impact in harming. And many of them are willing to do so if they're brought to the table by those who have the power to do so. And that's basically what the initiative does.
Wow. I had a chance to see this video that we're about to show, and I can tell you that the impact your office and what you've done to help give these individuals a voice to reach back to the youth and to the community is very powerful. And I want to thank you for coming on the show. I know you have other things to do, but I really appreciate the time you came to tell us about this initiative. And we're going to take the time to sit back and watch the Credible Messenger Initiative video. And when we come back, we'll have some final thoughts right here on Tough Talk Show.
My name is Kevin. I was convicted of armed robbery at the age of 16 in 1995. I was released in 2005. I got into this work because I wanted to help individuals like myself who had been in prison and didn't know that they could make it. And being involved in this work has been very great for me to see people like Craig who have been able to get out and be able to make it and do well as soon as they came home and create their own path to success.
Hi, my name is Craig. I was currently incarcerated to 10-7. I was released in 2019, and I was introduced to ACES at Metro Reentry, and it was a group that kind of inspired me to go out here and be a better person because they were supporting me through everything. I'm honored and blessed to be in this position that I'm in, of being employed, working a good job, and trying to give back to my community and inspiring the younger youth.
Hey, my name is Arthur. I served 11.5 years in the Georgia State Penal System. I've been out 14.5 years. And I became a credible messenger because I wanted to be able to mentor guys and share my life story with them, like Ronaldo, and be able to impact them, inspire them, and ignite them to be successful and be great upon their release.
I'm Ronaldo. I served 7 years in Georgia Department of Correction facilities. I've been out of prison 5 months, and I chose Arthur to be my mentor because I feel like we had a lot in common. And he helped me out with a lot of things I go through on an everyday basis. And I chose to be a credible messenger to give back to the youth, help them keep them going through some of the things I went through growing up in my life.
My name is Laji. I did 23 years in prison. I only been out 3 years now. Being a credible messenger, I feel, is to add a support base that I didn't receive coming out. But one of the good things that I think that I bring to the table, that I'm my own business owner and I'm a good support. Hardy, one thing I want him to take from this is that I'm here for him. I was here when he got out of prison to get his first job, to open his banking account. So I just want to be that support system. I think that's what credible messenger means to me.
I'm Hardy, I'm 26 years old. I just recently did 3 years. I've been out currently 6 months. I have 3 months left for parole and it's over with. And yes, I just recently opened up my first bank account, as you see. Me having a mentor actually been successful for me because I actually been working since I've been home. And I'm currently still working and just trying to be successful.
Hey, my name is Brenton. I've been incarcerated for 8 years. While incarcerated, I joined a group called ACES. ACES have helped me tremendously. It helps me to maintain my composure, stay focused, and know the importance of freedom. I've been released for 3 months, and the challenges that I have faced was, people coming from different angles trying to upset you. But the strategies that I did pick up through ACES allowed me to combat those professionally. And the benefits of being free are, my kids, bringing my kids up, working, showing them how to be a proactive, productive citizen. The reason I want to be a credible messenger is all about giving back to the youth.
My name is Greg. I went to prison for 20 years, where I served 5 after my sentence was modified to 10. And what a credible messenger means to me, it's just a person that it's like right and wrong. You know what it's like to be incarcerated, and you know what it's like once you come out and stay out. And working with LeBron has been a great example of how to just show him, the barriers, with his family and just how things can be, and just help him move past whatever barriers he has. And it's been a great opportunity. I have a lot of respect for Mr. LeBron, and it's great.
Hi, my name is LeBron. I've been incarcerated for a sentence of 15-7. I've been out about 8 months now. What I've struggled with upon my release is jumping back in my kids' life and finding this financial situation that'll help me so I can get settled. And I've been working upon my release, and I'm working my way up through the company. Thanks to Credible Messenger, they helped me find a job, and they are showing me the steps that I will have to take to roll with the punches so I won't end up back in the streets, and I can find myself in a great occupation like they are, and I can remain on the right path.
Hi, I'm Mimi, and I'm a Credible Messenger. I am a Credible Messenger because I took away from society. I was a menace to society, and due to my teachings and my actions, I have a son that's been incarcerated for 10 years. I want to give back to the society that I took from, and I know by my life experiences that I am a true Credible Messenger and that I can help change the wrongs that I did to right.
Hello, I'm Miss TK, and I am a Credible Messenger. A Credible Messenger is an individual that provides second chances to our community. I have a son that's currently doing 10 years, and he will be graduating in May with his high school diploma. So therefore, there are so many resources, and we don't have to stop parenting because our youth are behind the walls, but to know that we can support and provide them with opportunities that will help them. That's what a Credible Messenger parent involves.
Hey, my name is Monterio. At a young age, I got involved with gang activity and crime. At the age of 16, I caught a robbery charge and did close to a year. During my incarceration, I met Mr. Omar, and now he's helping me through life. Now I am in college and majoring in health science, and also, we got a Guatemala trip coming up, and I'm ready for it.
Hi, my name's Omar. I was locked up for over 15 years. I've been out about 12 years now, and I got with Credible Messenger because I wanted to be a positive example and positive role model to young brothers who have been in the judicial system. I met Monterio a couple years ago while he was going through his process, and since then we've been working to help him change his life. We're actually headed to the airport to go to Guatemala now because I want to show him different parts of the world and show him how important his life is and how important for him to make the right decision.
As you can see, Credible Messengers are a key component of our Project Safe Neighborhood strategy to reduce recidivism and to enhance our preventive efforts. Our partners who have walked the walk and can talk the talk are most effective in reaching our youth.
Well, that concludes this episode of Tough Talk Show. I hope you've enjoyed this segment on public speaking and public service. I'd like to thank our special guests, Dr. Amwisha Banerjee of Toastmasters International and Dr. Danielle Sweat-Wiley of the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Georgia for their commitment and service to others. Remember this, if you want to see change in yourself and your community, it starts with you.